obviously very disappointed in our performance tonight. Just out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball there early, and got behind. Like we talked all week, Houston's a very talented ball club. I thought that Toon and Dell and company played very well tonight. But that obviously was an uncharacteristic performance by our team, and it obviously starts with me and our mental preparation and our mindset was not where it has been traditionally. So very disappointed in the performance. I've challenged our kids, so I anticipate them responding to that challenge because we got a really tough game up in Philadelphia next Saturday.
Did you get any sense this type of performance was coming leading into the game, or was it just a shock?
No, I mean, you had some stuff. You had to, overcome the loss last weekend, and you had some stuff early in the week where you had some guys that missed some practice. But this team has always, done a good job of just preparing and following our lead, and it's just very disappointing.
Is it tough to kind of refocus after the senior day activities and all that goes on before the game?
Sure, but we talked about that with that group, and it's something that I've got to try to do. I tried to do a good job today, and Friday and Thursday with talking to them about that. But obviously, we need to continue to try to do a better job preparing those guys. It's tough with them and what they've been here and done, and I wanted a win for that group more than anything under the sun. So.
Coach, they generated a lot of pressure up front. Did you see anything different with defensively?
They were doing some things different than what they'd shown on film, but still we got to be able to handle that. And we just had too many one-on-one breakdowns there that ended up with too much pressure on the quarterback.
They were very good, very effective on third down on offense. How hard was that to come back from and kind of regain any momentum?
It's tough. I mean, we talked about the receivers they have and their receiving core, and we talked about Clayton Toon. You try to mix up playing drop and playing pressure, and when we'd pressure him and we'd couldn't get him on the ground, he'd scramble, created some big plays there. We played drop, and it's just gives him too much time. It was a challenge, and we did not play well enough to overcome that challenge today.
Coach, you made some decisions on fourth down to go for it on fourth down.
Mm-hmm.
Turnover on downs, and you kicked one later. Can you take us through?
Well, I mean, the way the game was tracking early, I mean, I felt like it was going to be a little bit of a shootout. The first couple of fourth downs, we weren't quite in field goal range. I felt like we were, probably too close, to punt it. I mean, we could have punted it, but I felt like those were very makeable, and we've been very good on fourth down this year. So, we went for that early. The one fourth down where we didn't go for it, elected to kick the field goal was purely to get points on the board. That's it.
Coach, when y'all are dropping the zone, obviously some of those are what they're scheming up, but it just seems like at times maybe some guys get a little lost. What are you seeing with some of the struggles in zone coverage right now?
Well, we have been pretty good in zone coverage this year. Today, I felt like there were just a couple of times where we'd have something called for a specific, where this receiver was lining up or what was going on right there, and we just, we didn't drop deep enough, or we weren't conscientious enough about, like I say, we study the film all week and we know kind of what to expect, but we've got to do a better job of coaching our kids throughout the week and having them ready to execute on game day. Obviously, we didn't do a very good job of that this week.
This senior class, what they've done to full burst and bringing the program back.
Well, unfortunately, this is not what they deserve. But I hate that performance. It's just not. I hate that performance. This senior class has established a standard that's not the way we play. I hate that that's what their senior day was. But this senior class is a bunch that has worked their tails off with me and been with me and fought and
When you're talking about pass coverage, is that just exacerbated at just not being able to get to tune and just kind of just him having some time?
Well, I mean, it is something we've really got to look at when facing guys like this, because obviously it didn't work out today. But you got to balance, how much, how many do you want to bring, and how are you going to cover it up? Because you both got 11, so times when we would play drop and try to flood the zones, he did a good job of finding guys open, and times when we pressured, we got beat a couple times. And so it's something we've got to look at how we attack them today, and we got to do a better job with it next week.
Seemed like Winstead was maybe a little frustrated at times. Just there's something going on with him. Just need to be calmed down a little bit.
No, I think several of those guys got frustrated, and I talked to them about you got to play with composure. You got to just stay within the one play right in front of you, and you can't let the last play affect the next play. And it's something that the great ones learn to do that. They got to have short-term memory. If you have a bad play, you got to forget about it and move on to the next play.
What does it say about, not much is going right around him, but Keaton Mitchell just kind of still having a Keaton Mitchell type game?
Well, like I said, that shows that maturity, character, just focuses in the right place. 'Cause I think that's guys like that. They consistently, what you're going to get, and obviously it's good for him to have another great day today. But he'll tell you right now, I promise you, he ain't celebrating anything. That's not what he wants to be a part of either. None of us do.
Is there anything else for Coach? No turnovers and no penalties, Coach.
Yep. Wish we could have got a win. Appreciate you guys.